Assalamu alaikum students, I hope you all are fine. Today is 3rd January 2024 and Wednesday, and we are going to do exercise questions of the topic how I learned to ride. There was a boy, the writer, who and you know how he has learned to ride the horse. In the previous lesson we have discussed the story in detail, and today we will do exercise questions, and there is a first question that is saying you need to write right and wrong in front of each statement that is given on your book page number 159 ORC. So the first statement is saying the boy had to study every day of the week. You will be knowing this thing very clearly, that the boy had to study every day of this week or not. So as in the beginning of the lesson, the writer has told us that when he was a little fellow, he used to study every day. It means he used to study every day means he had to study every day of the week. So that means this statement is right. This statement is correct. So you will write the right in front of this statement. The B statement is saying the youngest boy was not allowed to ride. Yes, of course. The youngest boy means the writer, who was telling his own story that how he learned to write. So the youngest boy was the writer who was not allowed to ride because he was the smallest one. He was very small. He was very little at that age when he was asking his father to send him also for learning it. So this statement is correct. This statement is true. So you will write right, R-I-G-H-T, right in front of this statement. C part is saying the boy climbed on to his horse by himself. No, the boy didn't climb by himself on the horse because he was very little. He tried to put his little foot on the stirrup which has been joined with the saddle of the horse, but he could not manage it because he was too small and his foot was not getting inside the stirrup of the saddle. And what has happened in the last, then the horse master helped him. He raised him up and horse master made him sit on the back of the horse. He was unable to sit by himself. So this statement is false. This statement is wrong. So you will write wrong in front of it. D part is saying the boy's horse was called Rudy. Yes, his name was Rudy. That's correct. E part, the master watched the boy all the time. If you have read this story very carefully, you'll be knowing this thing, that the master in initial stages he was looking over the boy very carefully, but when he got busy with his friend, he was not observing the boy all the time. He became busy, and at that time when he was not looking at him, and he was saying to the writer, to the boy, yes gentleman, well done gentleman. He was praising him without even looking over him. So that is not a correct statement. That is wrong. He was not looking at him all the time. He got busy with his friend, with his F option. The boy was afraid but did not show his feelings. Yes, of course, he was afraid and he was not showing his feelings to anyone. This statement is correct. And why he was not showing his feelings to anyone? Because he was feeling disgraceful and shameful if he will show his afraid. He will show his feelings to anyone of being afraid. So everyone will make fun of him, that you are too small and how you will manage to ride the horse and why you are here and these kind of things. So that's why he was not showing his feelings to anyone. But the thing is, he was very eager to learn, and whenever you are eager to learn something, you need to learn something. If you want to learn something by yourself with your own choice, then you can do anything. That's why, in the same way, the writer has done. And this is the message of this story as well, that if you have decided something in your life that you want to do something, then you have to be very, very focused on that specific thing. In the same way, the writer who wanted to learn horse riding, and he became so passionate and he became quite focused over this, though he was very afraid. He was very afraid, but he managed to overcome his fear, and then he started doing effort regarding this. Once he fell down, he said in the last you observed that he fell down once only. After that, he managed. After that, he managed to learn that horse riding very soon in a proper way without being afraid. So you need to write down this message of this story in your notebooks as well, and the question number 1, which we have done right and wrong, the true false on page number 151, that you will do on your book. And this question, what is the message of the story, the answer of this question you will write on your notebooks in your own words. I won't write this answer on the board. I have just explained it to you that what can be the message of this story. That if you have determined of something, you have to be very focused. If you want to achieve that goal, if you want to achieve anything in your life, you have to be very determined and focused. That is the thing. Otherwise, you won't be able to do anything in your life. This is a very little example of horse riding. You can take many examples of in your life. If you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a teacher, if you want to be a lawyer, whatever your passion is, whatever your ambition is, if you are determined, then you can reach to that goal. Otherwise, you won't. So that's it for today. Only 2 questions we have to do of this. Only 2 questions we have to do of this lesson in your notebook. Question number 2 you will do on your notebook, and 1 on the book. Okay, that's it for today. Take care. Allah Hafiz.